My bad, the beginning always be rough for me. I'm like, how do I walk into this? You know what I'm saying?
You good, bro.
Honestly, this might be the beginning.
This could be the beginning,
This
bro.
is the
I don't
beginning.
care. I'm natural. We can put this as the beginning. Because I'm the same way, bro.
This
I
is
mean,
just what
obviously,
it
when you sit down somewhere professional, like, because obviously something I'm going to, you gotta, if you don't know what you're gonna say when you sit down, yeah, be like, how should I start this?
Like, hey, this is just what I'm gonna do. Oh no, that's not my kid. So
What's crazy is I
that
see your
call
phone
don't
ringing
matter.
over there on the floor before
no,
you even
it's-
knew it was ringing.
It's that Wi-Fi. Shout out to Wi-Fi.
Literally the Wi-Fi. That's funny as shit.
Oh man, I forgot to let them know my name and your name. What's going on, y'all? I am Reggie B, and I go by Visuals by Reggie B on all social media platforms. I'm in the studio with Jacob, man. Let them know who you are, what you doing, how
He
you
gave
do
me
it.
my first name, Jacob.
My bad.
No, you good, you good. Because I actually don't use my first name much. Jacob is my first name, but most people know me by JTP.
Oh, my bad.
It's on
You
the
know.
chain. JTP stands for Jacob the Photographer and Jacob the Prophet because I make music. Started with the music, but works for the camera too. So
How long were you doing music though before you started?
So I actually was doing music for about a year. It's actually, this is great because it led into actually what I'm doing. I just started making music last year.
That's what's up.
We did a group session called Coach House. We got a bunch of artists together from Detroit, Pontiac, Southfield, I mean everywhere. My boy Marcus's house it's 2 summers ago now. Actually, sorry, 2 summers ago.
Hey, time's flying, man. Time is flying. I just realized, like, yo, I did some shit in 2019. Now I thought I did 2020.
Last year, yeah. So we did music, and music kind of got me in the scene. Kind of got me seeing music videos, all that kind of stuff. I always love music. It's a great way to reach people, and I'm a huge people
is true.
person.
That
You know
is
what I'm
true.
saying?
That
So
is true.
that was my first way of getting my voice out in the world, was jumping in the music lane.
Gotcha.
And then, like I said, we had the conversation a little bit earlier, but it led to me getting into this. I got to go down for working. I was in Virginia, but like I said, I got a chance to shoot a little bit while my boy Driz, which y'all know Ya God.
That's what's up. Shout out to Driz.
Ya God came out, shot my first music video, which is actually out on YouTube. It's called Due Time. It's me and 2 of my boys. During that trip, Driz had just taken a look at some iPhone photos I was taking. And he was like, man, you got a really nice, eye for light. And just kind of gave me some quick pointers. And he's like, you should think about it.
Yeah,
and
man.
I had thought about it before. And come to find out, he was right. I love
See,
it.
that goes on for everybody. Like if you bump across, if you got a passion for anything, no matter what it is, just do it. You know what I mean? Just do it. For the hell of it. You never know where it's gonna take you, where you're gonna go, and how far, and the type of people that you're gonna meet doing it though.
And that's the best thing for me, is not even knowing what people you're gonna meet, because you jump into a new field and you never, it's not like you went, for me, I never went to school for it, I jumped in fresh off the street, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't go to school
yeah, I
for
was
it
gonna
either,
say, and a lot of people actually I generally know kind of just jumped off the porch with it, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Grabbed the camera,
that's
was
what it
ready to
is.
do it, because I think we're
That's
in
when
an
you're
era where
serious.
we don't go to school.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in a respectful way, but a lot of us, we recognize college wasn't necessarily the only path in
Yeah.
life, you know what I'm saying? We wanted to change
It was just
the
an extra
narrative,
bill.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Literally, that's all it is. I mean, I still sit on student loan debt
Matter
from
of
when I
fact,
went to
what I
college
went to
for
school
something
for,
separate.
I do not do at all. I went to school for what? Computer
Computer
science, and then was electricity. Bro, I can go get certified, but at the same time, like the whole AA certificate.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
And you don't want to do it.
I mean, shout out to trades, but nothing wrong with
Nothing wrong
having
with
a
trade,
trade.
so we technically are in trade.
Yeah, my pops always told me, yo, Reg, have a trade underneath your belt. You know what I'm saying? So, nothing wrong with it, but at the same time, if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, I consider this a trade in a general sense, honestly, because you could technically go to a specific school for this. So I consider this a trade. It's just I feel like it's a different type of trade. We look at art as just art, but art has become to a place where it's a business as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So while it is that,
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
it all, at the end of the day, it all is a business.
Yeah.
Like, don't get it twisted. Like, the minute you start taking dollars for this,
It's a business.
It switch over. Because that's why I try to make sure I do passion projects. Because I don't want to. It was a time where I kind of fell out of love of, you know, it was always work.
Right.
I got to pay these bills. I got to make sure I'm straight. Got
So
my
you was
kids.
taking every shoe that you could get type stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and it drove me crazy to the sense of, I mean, like honestly, I'm just not getting back into working because I took a month or two off of bookings. You know what I mean? Like I just work like corporate gigs and be like, hey, that's all I do until I got to the point where, all right, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm gonna go about it.
Right.
And then that, like, you know, that's just for me though.
Yeah, learning your lane in that specific
because
lane. Like there's
you
a
know,
big lane of
when them
media
bills is
and-
due, you taking jobs that like
It's Christmas season. That's why I'm working 6 days a week at
Yeah.
FedEx right now. Shout out my boss now.
yeah. I'm telling you, it get real. It get real. So that's what's up, man. I'm happy you got into it though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Definitely
been a
keep going.
blessing.
I know first time I didn't officially meet you, but I seen you at the event downtown. Came to the open mic. You was running around with the cam. You was working. I was in there lit personally. I was back and forth to the bar.
I think Pedro was at the bar. He was slinging them Long Island iced teas, man.
Man, it was good times. But yeah, man, it's good seeing people that's passionate about what they do. You know what I'm saying?
If you're not passionate, it's, you know, what are you doing it for? You don't like something, what are you doing it for? And that doesn't even just go for, you know, how I look at that doesn't just go for, you know, you don't have to be a content creator or a music artist or even in the trade. You just gotta love what you do, period.
Exactly.
If you work in a job where you punching the clock and you still working
Yeah,
for somebody, but you
nothing
love
wrong
it,
with
there ain't nothing wrong with that as long as it's what you want to do.
If you come across a job, like I was a cook right before, you know, once I got fired, it was what it was. So I enjoyed cooking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like definitely from scratch. Man, it was fun. I got
Right.
to learn a lot of shit. I got
Right.
to eat for free, man.
Right,
That was my
that's
thing.
free. I used to love working in restaurants, free food, because that's another bill.
Exactly. Man, you know how, but anyway, that shit get real. But anyway, you know, like you gotta do it, bro. But anyways, about your business. Now, what all do you offer, like photography wise or creative wise?
So, you know, starting out, right now I kind of offer photography of all types. The only thing I haven't really got into is like weddings. Weddings, you know, for me is something that's such a momentous thing. You know, it's something
That shit
I,
real.
you know, I
I
want to
love
make sure
weddings.
that when I get to weddings and I start able to prepare for weddings that I'm got a team around me and I
would
got
say
it up to a quality.
shadow somebody.
Yeah.
But not like shadow somebody for free though.
No,
But I'll
yeah.
say definitely shadow somebody. Be like, hey, you know, you can be a second or third. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like second line shooter.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing I offer right now is I offer my services as a second line shooter. I'm blessed to be in a community where I got a lot of media guys, yourself, Driz has mentioned, a whole bunch more, Jordan Jones, Melvin. There's a whole bunch more I'm missing, but just to name a few.
Shit happens.
So yeah, literally shout out Yaktown. You know, so just to be around people, that's one of the things I have to offer is I want to learn, so I offer second services. Big thing is I do event photography, but that's just my basic service.
What's your specialty? Like
My specialty
which one
is
really?
what I'm getting into currently. I actually haven't started my specialty. It's something similar to along the lines of what we're doing here today with interviews. What I'm going to be looking to do is literally just highlight people in the world.
Gotcha.
And so what that means is I'm creating a whole new different brand of packaging for photography. It's not going to be, I want you to come in and just talk about, you know, your brand or, you know, just a photo shoot, just to have some photos to post. I want to highlight people in the world that are real people and I want to hear their stories.
Gotcha.
So
That's
I
good. That's
just
good.
got my business started this coming week. I just got a video stabilizer, which thanks for the help with.
We was in the stew messing with it. We
were
definitely
struggling,
was.
but we got it. We good. But with that, I'm going to be starting to do essentially kind of sit down interviews where I talk about real world things, like taboo things that we don't speak upon, like, you know, what it's like to grow up poor, what it's like to see, you know, things like drugs in your youth and violence as youth, especially in a place and city where we come from. It's very prevalent nowadays. And so with the event that I'm a part of, Love and Lyrics, which come see us, Alley Cat Cafe, the biggest...
Second and fourth.
Second and fourth Thursday.
yeah.
And we got a New Year's Eve mixer coming up. If this is out beforehand, if not, come to the first one of the year. It's gonna be a banger. But that's just the first opportunity I got, and really that actually kind of helped shape the gist of my brand, because that's focused on revitalizing art and music programs for the youth in the city of Pontiac, and then obviously beyond afterwards. But for me, I want to help build and grow a community that, like, a lot of us genuinely are forgotten about. Like, the average person is just forgotten about. So I want to highlight
take
the
a village
average
to raise
human
a
being,
kid,
you know what I
man.
mean? Like, we see TMZ and we see CNN and we see Fox. We see all these celebrities, but we don't ever hear real stories about like real people, just like
that's
normal everyday
Yep.
things going on in the neighborhood. You know.
That's true.
I want to help bring up the stigma around mental health and all that kind of stuff. And you know, I used to be a guy that was preferred the front of the lens, but I learned through sitting back, listening and watching other people that you can learn a hell of a lot more. So that's my goal, is to sit back behind the lens and just learn more about life. So it's not just it's a brand, it's a life thing for
And
me.
it's
I
good,
want to
and
know
you can
people.
pass it forward too.
Yeah, and I can
Like-
definitely pass it forward, you know. Like this, you know, for example, we're media guys, and through a simple connection, guess what? Now there's going to be 15 to 20 people that know each of our names more.
Exactly.
You know, your people,
exactly.
my people.
It's
And
all it's cross marketing.
so, like you said, networking, man.
Yeah.
I think we don't speak to each other enough in the world, and,
And
that's what I want to do.
That's why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
like
I
you said,
definitely-
passion project.
Exactly.
Like,
Passion
that's the
projects,
goal.
as well as I have something called Finally Focused, like a Finally Focused podcast that I'm
Okay.
about to start, as well as just a brand. Like that one's mainly kind of like focused on just, because a lot of people I work with them consistently.
Okay.
Consistently. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, like on a
therefore-
regular basis,
Yeah,
yeah.
so therefore I have like monthly packages for them. You know what I'm saying? Because then like we create, because I don't like coming up with just, hey, let's just shoot this.
Yeah.
Cool. Like
No,
I
you-
love stories.
you
like,
need to know.
like let's do this. That's gonna lead up to this. Then that's gonna lead up to that. But in the middle of all that, we drop a couple breadcrumbs to where people are like, hey, I want to know what's coming next. You know what I'm saying? Because like,
And that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I don't shoot music videos, but like it's kind of like the same thing with music videos. Like you're trying to listen to the words in the song and create a visual off of that
and that's
speaks to the song,
that's
and
something
but
I'm
also
getting
gives
back
you something
into.
to attach to real life. And that's the same thing with interviews. You can literally just do words, create a visual.
exactly. That is true. Like just
So that's
having-
like a big goal, is just people being able to create their own visual, you know what I mean? Me helping somebody else create their own vision, because a lot of people don't even know what their vision is.
That
And
is
so if
true.
we can talk to
That's
people
true.
more, you know, yourself continue to do this and have more people just talk to people, we learn so much more about the world.
Yeah,
Businesses
it's
get
just
bigger.
a simple conversation.
It's
You
simple,
can learn
you know,
so
like,
much,
hey
man.
nice to meet you. My name's Jake. You know, how
Exactly.
you doing today? You know,
Yeah.
how's your mental state? You know, tell me something about yourself. That's just the simple things of life that we
Yeah.
can do, and that's literally just the basis behind the brand, is just to do the simple thing in life of bring people up. You know, a lot of people are forgotten about, and when I highlight people that are forgotten about.
That's real, man. Now, where can they find your brand at?
So a lot of places actually. You can find me on Instagram at jthephotographer45 for my current media. That's my personal. I will have Crack Lens Media. Will be on Instagram as well. That page I just started hasn't been posted yet, but you can go ahead and follow. And then on
Follow
Facebook
that,
as
follow
well,
that.
you can find me at Jacob Sidock. SIDOCK is the last name. And then again on Facebook, my business page is Cracked Lens Media. I just started it about a week and a half ago. A couple
Nice.
posts up there. My first ever video I actually shot and edited and stuff is up there. So
Video
definitely check me
process,
out.
ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, you know, you're right. Video is, and that's another thing too, is the learning process is the fun part of this.
Yeah,
is
I'm
a learner.
It's the
so-
journey. It's the journey.
So, you know, even at first I honestly thought I was just gonna be a photographer, but then I started playing with videos a little bit, and I realized how much more in depth you can get and how much fun you
Yeah,
can get. So that's
that
why
detail.
I eventually want to obviously get everything together to a point where, you know, you're an inspiration. Like I want to be able to travel and tour and do things and be able to go shoot. So taking the time to come take advantage of opportunities like this is
That's what I
definitely
appreciate.
important.
I
You know what I
definitely
mean?
do appreciate you sliding
No,
through,
100%.
for real.
And like being able to sit down and have a conversation with somebody in the field and listen at the same time while speaking with myself. I mean, that's a blessing too. You know, you can learn and tout yourself at the same time. You just got to find the right balance.
That is true. That is true. Now, like that's why I'm doing these type of videos, where it's not really just really about me. It's just more so about us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I told you I have a layout, but not like it's not script. We're
Right,
gonna
yeah,
sit here, have
you're
a
not
conversation.
paper
gonna,
out,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're gonna get to
like-
know you. They're gonna get to know me. They're gonna figure out where to follow you, and then once they follow you, then they're gonna be like, all right, then they're gonna get to know you more. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
And like, you know, the cool thing about you is like you ain't even just doing this. You know, you're showing me how to shoot my, you know, set my stabilizer up,
Yeah, man, we
giving
had a
me
whole
some lighting
session up in here.
adjustment and all that stuff. It's nice to have, you know, a sense of community too, and that you got a good start. So I
all
can
about passing it forward,
hope I
bro.
can just build on the community that like the people around me have built in the media. So keep it going.
Now, if it's one thing that you would say you learned this year, what would it be?
You know, that's a good. That's a good question. One, I got a lot I learned, but you know, one I think is really important is you know, that you've heard this saying, I know it might sound cliche for the camera, but I actually did learn this year that a picture is genuinely worth 1,000 words.
Yes, it really is.
I have photos that I took them, you know, for myself. No, not for myself, but I took with my camera, you know, just at an event I'm at or something, and seeing expressions in photos and seeing,
like, I like to sell emotion.
seeing the lighting and seeing, you know, the bar and what drinks are on the counter in that photo, and, you know, who's having a conversation with who. That's what I learned, is that you can genuinely look at a photo and you can learn so many different things just by looking at a photo. You know, you can catch somebody with a glimpse of them looking at somebody and like, you can tell they don't like them, or you can see two people grasping each other, love and embracing. You know that they're
really
cordial.
see passion
you
in
know
people's
what I mean?
eyes. Definitely, like, that's why I used to love concert photography, because like you really can see the passion in their eyes, like their facial expression. I love emotion when it comes to visuals. Like, that's one thing I'm really big on, even like from shots to like the coloring to, you know what I mean, everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And like you said, like I know you had mentioned earlier, like how you get up there, like that's the one thing. I ain't scared to get up there.
You gotta get up in their face.
I love to see raw, you know what I mean? Especially like you said, when it's, I mean, not just music, but like when you're in especially in a situation where like event photography, you know, it could be somebody giving a speech about their brand, or like you said, event photography. I do Love and Lyrics, you know, seeing people perform their unwritten or unreleased poetry and music and stuff like that. Like, it brings a whole different level of like satisfaction seeing other people happy, and it brings joy to you too. Like, genuinely, me giving somebody photos and them generally just feeling beautiful about themselves or feeling handsome about themselves, or, you know, you never know what they're going through. So simply that one photo could tell you a whole story about somebody and change that story for them in the same sense.
That is true. That is true. That is true. Now look, check this out, y'all. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram. Make sure y'all check me out on all my social media platforms. I go by Visuals by Reggie B on everything. And let them know once again where they can find you at on Instagram.
I want to say thank you to Reggie, first of all, for the opportunity. Definitely go check him out. I'm going to run his back again one more time, Visuals by Reggie B. If you can't find it, go on my page. I follow him. You can follow my page.
Google it.
Now, my page, again, one more time, Jay the Photographer 45 for my media right now, or Crack Lens Media on Instagram. And then Facebook, again, Crack Lens Media is my Facebook page, business. And then if you want to add me personal and get to know more about me, Jacob, and then last name is Sidock. I want to thank y'all for the opportunity listening, and I appreciate it.
All right, man, I definitely appreciate you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
All right, let's do this.